Hi, I'm Jacob Gallucci, and today I'd like to review U.S. Cellular Field. It's the stadium where the White Sox play, and they've played there since 1991, and my first game there was in 1995, and in my lifetime I've been to roughly about 200 White Sox games. At my peak, between about 1999 until about 2006, I probably went to at least 10 or 15 games a year. Well, the White Sox are my favorite team. I just love going to games there. In my opinion, it's the best stadium in Chicago. The United Center is a very close second, but U.S. Cellular Field's my favorite. The food's really good, and the people who work there are nice, and it's a great experience. It really is. I love going to games there, and I've been to every White Sox playoff game, every White Sox home playoff game, actually, since 2000. And since 2000, they've made the playoffs 3 times, and I'm hoping that they'll make it again soon because it's fun. It's fun when they make the playoffs. It really is. And I actually reviewed the Cell on Yelp a long time ago. I'm sorry. I reviewed it on Yelp a long time ago. It was one of my first reviews, and I'd like to share it with you today. U.S. Cellular Field is a great place to watch a baseball game. Their food is very good, and the place is clean and easy to get around. The fireworks shows on Saturday nights are a lot of fun. I just wish the White Sox had played better this year because nothing beats playoff baseball at the Cell. I wrote this review on September 29th, 2011. That was shortly, around the time Ozzie Guillen left, and that was just a really disappointing season. But I remember going to games when I was a kid, like between 1997 till about 99, when there were probably no more than 10 or 15,000 people there. The place was empty, almost almost every time I went there. At the time, the stadium held 44,000 people, and a quarter of the place was filled, if that. It was just, there was nobody there. I mean, the team was terrible, and no one cared. The strike in 1994 had a lot to do with that, though, but still, the attendance was really low. And it's fun to go to games there. Usually, when I go, I've been to many games with my dad, and I've also gone with friends of my dad, and I've been to White Sox games with classmates from high school, from my St. Ignatius days, and people from Columbia College, and other friends around my age that I've met along the way, and it's fun. I really like going there, and some of my favorite foods are I love their hot dogs. Their hot dogs are so good. What else? I like the pretzels there, and the nachos, the Dippin' Dots. Zarlengo's Italian Ice came there in 2011. I love Zarlengo's Italian Ice. It's so good. The ice cream there is good, too. I like the churros and the funnel cake, and it's fun there. It really is. The fireworks shows on Saturday nights, and sometimes Friday nights, too. Those are great. And I've been to Elvis Night a handful of times. That's fun. Opening Day, I've been to Opening Day a few times. That's great. I'm actually going to Opening Day this year, too, but Opening Day is great, and I always love going to the crosstown games against the Cubs. And let's see. A lot of the vendors that have worked at the Cell have been there for many years, and I can actually imitate some of them. I mean, some of them have such distinctive voices that I've learned to imitate some of them over the years. I'll give you some examples. There's this one beer vendor, this middle-aged guy. He has this really raspy voice. He's like, "I got beer, Miller Lite. I got beer." That guy. He used to sell hot dogs there when I was a kid. Now he sells beer. He's got this really raspy voice like that, and then you've got this older middle-aged guy with these big glasses and dark hair. He's a beer vendor too. He's like, "Hey, draft or light? Hey, draft or light? Anyone ready for cold beer? Hey, draft or light? Anyone ready for a cold beer?" That guy. And you've got this other beer vendor who he has like curly, like grayish white hair, and he sounds constipated when he's selling the beer. He's like, beer, lighter draft, beer, beer, lighter draft, beer. That guy, he sounds constipated. He really does. And you've got this older Asian lady who sells hot dogs. She has white hair, and she's got to be like in her 60s, maybe early 70s, and she basically whispers when she sells the hot dogs. She's like, hot dogs, hot dogs. You can barely hear her, but she's been there a long time. And you have this really loud guy. I'm guessing he looks Hispanic, maybe. He's a hot dog vendor too. He's a middle-aged guy, and he's really loud. He's so loud you can hear him during the game when the game's on TV or even on the radio. He's like, hot dogs, and then you can hear him banging like the hot dog cart he's carrying around. He's like, hot dogs, like that. He's so freaking loud. It's annoying as hell. I don't think he's there anymore though. I hope not. He's so annoying. He's loud and just irritating. And you've got this this fat woman, this fat middle-aged woman. She's a little older, and she sells Cracker Jacks and red ropes. She's like, Cracker Jacks, red ropes, Cracker Jacks, red ropes. That lady. And then you've got the guy who sells the programs and lineup cards. He's like, Ava lineup, Ava lineup. That guy. And who else? You have the old guy. He's like, margarita. He's like, margaritas, margaritas, margarita, margarita. That guy. And there have been other vendors over the years that I remember. There was this younger guy. I want to say he was like in his late 20s, early 30s. I want to say he was Hispanic, and he was just weird. I want to say he sold like hot dogs, and I think he sold pop for a while, and I remember him selling ice cream. He was just this weird Hispanic guy. He was like, ice cream sandwiches, ice cream. And then he would wave his arms around like this, and I remember he dyed his hair like, it looked like a basketball, his hair. Like he had orange spots and black spots. I remember it being yellow and black too. He was just a weird guy. I don't think he works there anymore. He hasn't been there in a few years, and he was just strange. But I digress. I'm sorry, but it's a fun experience to go to the games. It really is. Anyway, I'm sorry for rambling, but I'll be back tomorrow with 2 new videos, and until then, take care.